You've got creative students, and you've got students who think like an engineer. They're very strong in problem solving. They're very analytical. And we want to bring them together to study their different approaches in how they would build a startup venture. So this is the second iteration of an event that we conceived last year. It's a knowledge exchange and a cultural capital event. So the idea is that we take two cohorts of students, one from Milan Politecnico, who are studying an MSc in FinTech and engineering, financial management, I think is the correct title. And we bring them together with our cohort who are studying an MA in Music Business. And we study their behavior when it comes to making decisions and solving problems within the context of new venture creation. As far as I know, nothing like this has ever been done. So we are trailblazing a new way of understanding how to teach entrepreneurship within a more interdisciplinary context, within a more international context, and within a context that accommodates different perspectives.
It is important because maybe when we are exposed just to a unique environment like engineering, even if we do finance, we may have a limited vision of what outside. So it's interesting to mix with students from a completely different background, that it's art, music, and understand how different background can go together and create new projects, new ideas, and new startups.
Being around others and like collaborating with other types of brains in a way, like really stimulated me in, in how maybe I should like tackle some tasks in regards to, like the business side of things, and like how I should maybe tackle my creativity and other side of things. So yeah, I think it was very knowledgeable, and I'm very, very super grateful that I had a chance to do this. So yeah.
I think one of the most interesting parts was having a session where we actually looked at a product being developed through AI. So taking obviously like group discussions and having ideas and being creative, and then putting that through a simulation or coding and seeing how you actually have a profitable and viable product, and then thinking more laterally about the business behind it. It's kind of everything we've been taught in class and then actually put into the real world in a couple of minutes.
And this year we thought it would be good to take design thinking to the next level and ask students to use their hands and do something a bit more tangible. So we had some AI cameras, and we showed the students how they work. We gave them access to some software that they would use AI to produce quickly some codes. And we wanted to see what sort of problems they would be willing to solve, and what would be the thought process in working together as a team to build a product with hardware involved within less than 4 hours.
And we selected the problems of mothers, maybe young mothers that are seeking some physical activity or maybe a social place whether to interact with other mothers. Then they said to me, look, we have this camera, maybe you can integrate. And then we just pivoted to completely another thing, which was an app or software to look at babies and check whether they have problems, maybe they are doing something dangerous, and tell the mother to take care.
Well, the highlight, I think, for me was the way that it was scheduled and it was structured, was that we would go from one brainstorming session to another brainstorming session, which was allowing us to think more in depth and look at everything from different perspectives.
I would rate it really, really successful. And I think that all the feedback, all the positive feedback that we got from our students last year, but also from the students here in London, I think that will be the same this year. So it was a huge success.